Welcome to the Sisters, Brothers Keeper, the Love Unfiltered show, and a Happy New Year. So, this year, we'll be focusing on building God centered marriages, marriages that have peace, marriages where trust is seen, and where couples prioritize each other. So, for this month of January, we'll be looking at a very important topic, which is marriage is not an option, it is a covenant. When you look at your marriage, can you say your marriage is a covenant or your marriage is a contract? And marriage is not for convenience. I always say this to people, and it's so unfortunate how people struggle to understand this, and people entering marriages without even knowing some of these basics. It is about covenant, and we need to understand that marriage is an institution that is ordained by God. Thereby, it is not something that we should enter into lightly, especially for those of you that are not yet married. And if you are already married, you should take your marriage vow seriously because it is a covenant. The reason why we are seeing a lot of what we are seeing today in marriages is because most people see marriage as a contract rather than a covenant. I understand, you know, we live in a world today where people are so selfish, and because of that you see people entering marriages and ambushing the other person, like, I'm here, the moment it doesn't feel right, this is my exit plan. But from the beginning it was not so. When God created marriage, he didn't create marriage as a contract, but rather he created marriage as a covenant. As always, let's go back to scriptures. So in Genesis 2:24, it tells us that a man shall leave his father and mother, cleave to his wife, or be joined to his wife, and they shall become one flesh. It is actually God's idea. And in Malachi 2:14, it tells us that marriage is a covenant before God. That means God is a witness to our vows. Marriage is not just between two people, it is between two people and God. But the reason why you do anyhow in your marriage is because you just think your marriage is between you and your husband or wife. No, it is between your husband and wife and God being at the center. And in Hebrews 13:4, it reminds us that marriage should be honored by all. Honoring marriage means you protect it, you prioritize it, and you treat it as sacred. Listen here, God didn't say it's only the woman that should honor the marriage, or it's only the man that should honor the marriage. He said the marriage is supposed to be honored by both parties. But when you look at your marriage today, are you both honoring the vow which you took before God and man? And I want you to understand that a sacrifice, a covenant requires sacrifice. It requires patience. It requires humility. It requires choosing love even when you are not feeling it, even when the feeling is fluctuating. So, if marriage means covenant to you, you will not quit when something small happens. You pray, you seek godly counsel, you talk to God about it. Running away should not be the first option. So, as we journey through this year, and especially this month of January, I pray that God will help us to build our marriages, and you will reflect. You will look at your marriage and you will reflect, and you will ask yourself this question: is my marriage a contract or a covenant? And God will help us all to build godly marriages this 2026. This is the Sisters Brothers Keeper, the Love Unfiltered show. Don't forget to like, comment, and share.